just one summer. Is it you or is my heart too late? What should we do? Oh, I don't know. I just wanna fill in the space in your dark places. Your rose is a gypsy sunrise. I'll pretend I'm not a tidal wave if you'll meet me on the opposite shore. I won't crumple your petals. Won't you look down at me? Take a chance. Look down at your little river. Won't you love? Look down at me, Persephone. Look down at your little river. Hello there folks, how's it going? My name's Dustin Cormier and you're watching How to Rock a Campfire. It's nice to see you. I haven't posted in a little while. I've been doing good. I've been stewing up some new material. This is a song that no one's heard on YouTube, although I've been playing it for a while. This is my original song called Persephone in Hades. It's about a Taurus and a Scorpio trying to get it together. Me being the Scorpio, obviously. So I figured I'd show you guys how I play the song, a little bit of the rhythm and stuff, and how I wrote it, and then you guys can see the cover that I did of it on the next video. Okay, so we'll start off with the rhythm. As you can see, as my pal Jay mentions in that video, I've kind of got two melodies interwoven into these chords. I've got one that's just doing the chords, and then one that's doing the melody. It's just that little extra riff on top, right? So first I'll show you that rhythm. Basically what we're doing is I'm going to do the down-up thing so you can kind of see where I'm at with it. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And you can see I'm just cycling through these three basic chords throughout that whole part. That's just basically what the verse is. And I don't usually do this little extra melody on. First I'll show you those chords. So we're just going from an E chord. The only way I could explain this chord is that it's kind of like an F sharp suspended fourth with an E on the bass. And the E also carries up to the high end, right? Because the low bass is always going on the E. But basically you're doing like an F sharp minor, and you're leaving the B string and the E string open. And that's what carries. It's always nice when you've got like low water, you've got a chord progression under the water, but the surface, the treble surface, for some reason stays the same. Like I'm going through these chords, and then I go to the F sharp E chord, and the B and the E are still hanging up there. And then when I go to the E major 7th, they're still hanging up there, and it's very pleasant. It glues these four chords together. And you can kind of see what I did here to write this, you know, like I'm going from that regular E chord. I kind of, you know, you can feel like it's going to like an F sharp. I wanted to have a melody where the bass is all E. So the bass is always kind of E there, right? But I wanted to have the E to the F sharp, to the G sharp, to the F sharp. I wanted to have that bow, 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 going over top of the E chord. And the other notes just kind of fell into place that way. I knew that if I wanted to do an F sharp style chord, it would have to be a minor, because you don't ever hear the F major being played in the key of E. That's kind of where I was thinking, right? So, because the A note, which is in the F sharp minor, is in the E scale. So that was my clue there, right? E, F sharp minor / E, and then that's A major 7th to the F sharp minor / E again. So that was how that kind of came together. So, you know, once I kind of had that, I wanted to add this little melody over top of it. It just kind of seemed natural. Right, so what I'm doing there is I go to my E chord, and I use my I know it's a ridiculous stretch. I'm really warmed up, and I can't play the song unless I played a song or two first. You take your pinky and you hit it thinking in the capo sense, let's call this the key of E. This finger is going to like the major 7th of the E. So that's like, yeah, the major 7th note, and then you hit it once, and then you hit it once on the downstroke, and then lift it back up on the upstroke to the E. So as soon as you hit it, you use your pinky to go to the C sharp note, which is the 2nd fret after the B. And then you just go to that F sharp minor / E chord. And then you have A major 7th. You use that pinky again. That's the hard stretch right there, right? You stretch it all the way up to do basically the same thing. That's the next part. So you can see where I'm getting at there. And then so the whole song basically goes through that, except for this little in-between part between the verses. I hope you don't, let's see here. You belong in the palm of my hand, but I wonder if your child boy games. I can do this way for just one summer. Is it you or is my heart to play? Whoops. So what I'm doing there, is it you, if I could see for just one summer, is it you or is my heart to play? You go from that F sharp E chord, the F sharp minor / E, then you go to the A, and it's all downstrokes. Down, 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 E, down, down, down. The F sharp minor comes back into the regular chord, the rhythm. And when I go to that A, I hit the A suspended 2nd with an upstroke. And then you kind of just only focus on the treble notes after you hit that, after you do that. And then you come back into the full chord, right? So that's like a lot of what I would try to do with my original songs. A lot of this stuff, it's like trying to teach a runner. It's trying to teach someone how to run. You know, all I could teach her is just do and go, it's like this, and then run, you know? I mean, I don't know, there is techniques to it, but you know what I mean. Is that there's a, you know, the grace of playing guitar comes by that subtle, my Uncle Rick used to call it playing with color. You know, you can have two guitarists that play through the same song. You can play through the same chords, but one person just chunks it out, whereas somebody could play those chords with a little bit more finesse. And you know, all those little dynamic changes, like I was going fast there, and then kind of coming into like a softer thing. Right, modulating the way you strike, the way you strum, to have that color, you know? Not necessarily specific colors or anything like that, but like playing with that dynamic tone. So anyway, that's like what I try to do in a lot of these lessons. I try to show those differences. So, and this song has a lot of that kind of stuff, a lot of those feeling changes. Like you can tell, what I like to try to capitalize on is the hardness of the chorus versus the softness of the verses, right? No, but I'm good at sailing. If only I had some place to be. Your rose is a gypsy sunrise. Try to go faster on the chorus because then it's a beautiful, beautiful contrast when you end the chorus of this song. Blah, 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 down at your little river. Right? When you have like the heavy chorus and then it comes out of nowhere with this soft thing. So I'll explain the chorus really quick, and then you guys will see the cover. Your rose is a gypsy sunrise. Whoa, look down at me. Won't you take a chance, please, Persephone? Whoa, look down at your little river. So that's like kind of the gist of it there. You know, the chorus, I'm going to show you guys that little part once we kind of get there. But yeah, the chorus is just D, A, E. Won't you take a chance, please, Persephone? And then when you come to the stop part, you go, look down at your little river. Sharp A. So there's kind of basically two phrases. You do the first one, and then the second one, and then the third one is the same as the first. So what you're doing there is you're going D, and then you use your pinky to accent on the 4th fret of the A string. So yeah, D, C sharp, A, and then when I go to my A chord, it's usually recommended that you go to this style of A chord, obviously. For this song that I figured out, it's not a great habit to do this, so I always say. Always try to keep your knuckles stuck out. That's the proper way. Because it gives you, I don't know, it's not a good thing to do. I do it every now and then in certain songs, though. And this is a song where I like to do it. D, C sharp, A, and then you go 2nd fret, then 4th fret of the A string, and then 2nd fret of the D string. Bow, 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 B, C sharp, E, and then you go to the E chord. D, C sharp, A, and then the second time you go D, C sharp, A. I'm just hitting the same. What I do is I go D and then high notes, and then D again. D, high D, C sharp, high D, A. And then yeah, so the second one is A, G, A, G, A. Yeah, I'm basically doing like the A chord, and I use my second finger to do that bow, bow, to go to that G note anyway. Then you do the third one, and then back to the soft, cool, you know, verse chords, right? And my secret here is that I do the D thing. There's only 3 passes, you know. I don't do this. I don't go to the G on the 4th time. I just go right from the and then as soon as you hit the E chord, you've started back into the verse. I'll pretend I'm not a tidal wave, yeah. So anyway, folks, that's part of this little series where I'm trying to show my own original tunes, just to show you where my mind is at in terms of creating songs, you know. I always like to say that it's not as hard as it looks. Or, in the words of my friend Cole Hermer, he liked to say, it is hard. You know, I don't want it to be easy, because if it was easy, then it wouldn't be something, you know. And I looked at him and said, well, I guess it's, yeah, you're right. But it's doable. And Cole's like, oh, definitely doable. He's a funny guy. Yeah. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was Persephone in Hades by yours truly. Yeah, I'm always cooking up more Tuneskis, and I'm going to try to share some of my original stuff as much as I can with you guys. Because we're all on the same page, and we're all helping to build music. You know what I mean? And that's, well, I'm doing my part for that anyway. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys on the next one.